collaboration creates celebration. I really believe that, because if you collaborate and you get good ideas and you move forward, getting something done yourself or screwing up or not being able to collaborate with somebody, I just don't think it's nearly as fun, nearly as lucrative, and you can always learn. You can always learn from somebody else. And that collaboration, it's like Napoleon Hill says, what one person can do in 10 years, a mastermind can accomplish in a year. All right, welcome back.
Welcome back.
I'm Jason Andrus.
Colter Hansen, nice to be here again.
It is, and man, we are going to talk about day 2 of our Best Year Ever Summit. What an incredible event.
Oh, it was so much fun, and you can hear the laughter and what the kind of the after effects of the event. Everybody's having fun. But
yeah, the networking has been phenomenal. The people we've met over the last 2 days have been great. And I love being a part of it. The energy here is good. And even though I've been to a ton of these, I don't know how many of these type of workshops I've been to. Every time I come, I get inspired, I get re-engaged, I repurpose myself on doing better and doing more. You just don't miss events like this.
No, today was really awesome, and Woody Woodward is the one that kicked off the event, and then
he was our first
Rob
one.
Sperry, and we'll go through the lineup.
Yeah.
But Woody Woodward was awesome. He went through this program called Drive, and basically he identified the emotional response that we as human beings give to really any situation, scenario, and how we prioritize what those are. And then he helped kind of break down what it means to have a good communication with those people, that they're based on the intellectual, or they're based on the emotional and the social aspects, or they're based on being an executive and prestige. And I thought he just did an excellent job of breaking that down and helping people connect through this Drive system to where you can connect with people. You can introduce your products or services, what it is that you have to offer the world, and help them be able to recognize how it can bless their lives in the form and fashion that they're already seeking as human beings.
Definitely. It's been a game changer, because I've taken his program, I've read his book about a year ago, and it's fun once you learn it, how when you're talking to somebody, you can find out what their drive is, and then how you can move the conversation to hit on their emotions, and not to do it in a, like, it's not a weird thing, or it's being able to relate to people on how they want to be talked to. It's being able to relate to people on a different level or a higher level. And it's amazing the conversations I've had with people once I find out, just by talking to them, ask them a few questions, talk about them, like, yep, they're an intellect, or yep, they're a validator, or they are a relator, or what's some of the other ones? Relator, validator, intellect, director, just different ones. And as soon as I find out what they are, I'm like, this is what drives them, so that's what I'm going to talk about. And it's amazing the connection you can have with people just from finding out what makes them click.
Yeah, and he talked about this term called reassociation, right? There are things that we've thought about, that we've dreamt about, that we've hoped for in our lives already. And when we match up the association with those thoughts and dreams and hopes and desires, and we match them up with what it is that we have to offer to help them achieve those, this reassociation of something they've already connected with.
Love that.
Prior to, whether it's minutes, hours, days, decades, and further, now we're finding a place where they feel at home with what it is that they're now pursuing, they're setting as goals. And whether it's, I'm going to buy one rental property per day, which was a goal that was kind of thrown out there on stage today, of I'm going to buy just one, so that I can be in the game of real estate investing.
Get moving,
take action, right? And all we're doing is reassociating. And maybe it was, when they were 15 years old, they saw somebody that was investing in real estate and they're like, I want that for myself. And now they're 35 or 55 or 65 and they're like, I didn't do it between then and now, but now I'm going to change my game and I'm going to go make it happen. and that reassociation with somebody who's offering that opportunity is simply introducing them to something that was familiar and wanted anyways.
Yeah, love that. He did such a great job. And then let's jump into Rob Sperry. So Rob Sperry, every time I listen to him, he blows my mind. I've been to a couple of different his workshops. I've actually personally coached with Rob, and man, the guy never ceases to amaze me. And even though I've seen his presentation before, I still took snapshots of his slides I've already got the pictures for, just because it's so impressive. And one of the things that really took away today, which I've already heard before, but for some reason it really resonated with me today, is your minimum, your standard, and your blitz. Whatever that is, whatever business you're in, whether you're in some network marketing, whether you're running a convenience store, you're running a sales team, you're running whatever you're doing, I even think with your family, in your personal stuff, what's your bare minimum you're willing to do? Like if you want to exercise, what's your bare minimum of exercise you're going to do per day, so that you have a win streak? And they talk about win streaks and what a win streak means for us psychologically and how we can celebrate a win streak. Because if you don't do something you set out to do, then you feel like, oh man, I didn't do that, and then it's a spiral down. But if you can hit a bare minimum of 1 push-up a day, that's your minimum. Your standard is 50 a day, and when you want to do an all-out blitz, you do 500 for the week, whatever that looks like. And I love that, because when you start doing that with business, when you start doing that with sales calls, with invites, with these different things that we know can make us money, it's a huge game changer. Huge game changer.
It's a huge game changer. That was amazing. Along with die with memories,
Love that.
Not with dreams.
I sent that quote to my wife.
Oh, my word. Die with, and I'm going to repeat this a couple of times. Die with memories, not with dreams, right? And I think of a phrase that my parents told me quite a bit growing up is, a goal not written is but a wish.
It's true.
And that hit home, is that I've got to write everything down. I've got to visualize and dream about where it is that I want to go, but then I got to go make the memories. I got to take the action to make the memories, whether that's trying to do a vacation, whether it's, I just want to spend a meaningful 30 minutes with my wife every day. Whatever that goal is that I'm going to die with memories of having created and intentionally focusing on something that connects with me. And I'm not just going to dream about the idea of someday, what did he say? One day, someday, and I'm not going to deal with the one day, someday. It's going to be right now, and we're going to go make it happen.
I love it. And I want to take that to even a different level that hit me, is don't die with stuff, die with memories. I think sometimes we buy stuff that we think is going to make us happy, make a memory, and it sits in our garage, it sits on our shelf, it sits in our drawer, and we never use it. And we die with a whole bunch of stuff, but what memories did we make with that stuff? So I text my wife, I'm like, any of the stuff that we have in our garage in our shop right now, either we're going to make a memory with it this winter or this summer, or we're getting rid of it. Because I'm not just going to die with a garage full of stuff. I want to die with memories that I'm either making with that stuff or just memories, period. Which it makes just so much more sense to me to die with memories than to die with stuff, or to die with dreams that you never accomplished.
Absolutely. And Jason and I talked briefly right after that conversation with Rob Sperry and Woody Woodward, is we want to do a teenage mastermind.
Yes.
And connect with these young kids that have creative minds and want to create something. And
they want to conquer the world.
And they
haven't had their butt kicked yet out there in the business world,
Yeah, and if we can help them avoid some of those butt kickings, right? As a smart man learns from his own mistakes, a wise man learns from the mistakes of others.
Yes.
So that's what we want to help, at whatever age, whether it's, kids just graduating high school, up to the, whatever age, 100 years old.
20, 30s, 40s, 50s, you're never too old.
Yeah. But let's find a way of being able to connect. And every time I connect in a mastermind and I visit with people and we are able to share different ideas, whether it's about the market, the economy, where it's going, it impacts me and my business. Should I be buying inventory right now, or should I be waiting until spring?
Yes.
Right? And do I make that decision right now? Do I need to expand my real estate portfolio, and at what rate? Or where do I focus in the real estate market, and how quickly do I buy? What types of things do I buy? And how do I make sure that I'm responding adequately, those masterminds help me every single time. And I don't care who it is that I'm talking to. I love talking to a 16-year-old that's just ready to conquer the world, because I'm like, I've had that energy, I want that energy, and I can go and attack the world at the same rate with more experience and knowledge because I've acquired it.
Yeah. Collaboration creates celebration. I really believe that, because if you collaborate and you get good ideas and you move forward, getting something done yourself or screwing up or not being able to collaborate with somebody, I just don't think it's nearly as fun, nearly as lucrative, and you can always learn. You can always learn from somebody else. And that collaboration, it's like Napoleon Hill says, what one person can do in 10 years, a mastermind can accomplish in a year. Mastermind of 3 or 4 people. Because it's like, instead of one brain, you're bringing in 4 or 5 brains. And so I love that.
Well, it's just the concept of crowdsourcing, right?
Yeah.
You go and crowdsource from many sources. You know, it takes 1,000 people to create, and they each contribute so much to create $1 million fund. You know, what are we doing to crowdsource ideas, experiences, memories, and pains and woes that other people have gone through? What a wise way to come back to our smart people, learn from their own mistakes, and learn from the mistakes of others. So we better jump into the next one.
So next one is
Randall Cloud.
Randall Cloud. Now this kid, he knocked it out of the park. Short-term rentals. Who out there's wanted to do a short-term rental? Short-term rental is Airbnbs or VRBOs. But the kid taught us. Well, I say kid. He's younger than me, so I guess I'll call him a kid. But I think he's in his 30s. But he talked about arbitrage, and we talked a little bit about arbitrage in one of our episodes. But he talked about how to go out and rent a property and then turn that into an Airbnb, which was phenomenal. And he only had an hour, 20 minutes. So he just barely glanced on the surface. But man, I'll tell you what, he had some great nuggets in there.
Oh, he packed it in there, and it really is amazing that you can go and rent a property, have very little capital into a property, tie it up for 2 years, maybe put $20,000 into it, and now you've got a place that you can cash flow, an asset that you now control because you have a contract on it, that you can go and put that on Airbnb or short-term rental websites and go and make it happen. Like,
and there's a lot to this.
He did an awesome job.
Yeah, there's a lot to this. If you want to know more about that, reach out to us, because there's a 2-day class just on doing this type of stuff. But the concept is awesome.
Yeah.
All right, let's jump into the next one. My favorite.
Okay, so
your favorite, I know.
Yeah. Mark Colter did an incredible job. He went through legal structures, S corporations, LLCs, trusts.
His trifecta.
His trifecta is, and being able to build a system that says, I'm in business, I'm legitimate, I am moving forward, and I've got my ducks in a row to go and make it happen. And I think Megan did an awesome job. Megan Christensen did an incredible job of kind of tying in how it is that now you've structured it and you're legally in place. You have an S corp if you make so much, and you've hired the team to be able to help you succeed. And then Megan Christensen came in and talked again about business credit, which I'm really glad that she did.
I did too.
Because now you've done it right. You've created your system for success in business, told the world that you are, and now you go and get tens to hundreds of thousands of dollars and in the millions to, for me, it means that I can buy more trucks for a water well, for a pump and drilling company, because I'm going to be able to create a system that allows for me to go and acquire the credit that I need to be able to expand more quickly.
And it goes back to that fundability. Or was it fundability?
Fundability.
Yeah, fundability of creating a map or creating a way that you can bring up your fundability score. And I think people go out and start businesses, people go out and they have great ideas, they got great, expectations, they got great things that they want to accomplish, but they just forget to structure it properly. So when they get to a point where they need more money or they need a partner, they're like, okay, yeah, I'd love to partner with you. Let's see what you got. Man, I haven't got much. Like, I haven't got anything written down. I don't even know what I'm making for a month. And so it's just kind of a mess. And Mark, he's like, if you're going to be a business, let's be legitimate. Let's get you a business name. Let's put you in the state. Let's make this thing work. let's start getting you set up legally so you can take the tax advantages. And then Megan's like, let's do this, let's take it to another level, and let's start working on your credit score so you can go out and borrow money with this legitimate business that Mark Colter just helped you set up. Loved it. It was a bang, bang, 1-2 right behind each other, and what a way to end out the day. And then Kendall
Stock did such an amazing job.
Transferring belief. That was his talk, or his training.
Transferring belief, and one thing that he said was super impactful: love people, use money.
There you go.
What we have created, what we have had an experience today is you have methods that could be used to hurt people, and some people do, and unfortunately they do. They use others to get from a means to an end. And him positioning it in such a way, you have presenters that did such an incredible job today of presenting and giving of their time and their energy and what they've learned to people that want to learn and take that and move themselves to a new level. And this love people and use money should come in that order every single time to help people transfer belief, create the life that they want to and go after their dreams.
Love it. Another thing I really loved what he said was we can't serve somebody or serve people till we sell them. Meaning we can't serve you until you come join us, till you come check out what we're doing, till you come to a workshop. We can't serve you at the level that we want to serve you. And I love that part because it's so true. We can go out and you can bring a horse to water, but you can't make him drink. And so we need you to come to the water so we can help you drink,
Absolutely.
And I loved it. And they finished it up with Jay, and the whole day was just knocked it out of the park. Phenomenal.
What a fun day.
Don't miss events. If you get invited to an event that could be life-changing, I just want to reiterate, one idea can change your life. And if you come to a 3-day event, 2-day event, a 1-day event, and one idea that you pick up on could change everything for you. So don't miss events. Go to events, go to things like this, workshops, because you never know what you're going to learn and who you're going to meet and who you're going to network with.
Yeah. No, and I had a conversation with a friend today that was part of another event today, and shared some of his insights into being intentional and going a direction that you absolutely want to pursue. And I just love that when we're trying to improve ourselves, we have to find other people's resources, time, energy, experience to amplify ourselves and what we are.
Yeah.
And he also said, and I'll not say it in the same way that he did, but treat people not as they are currently, but as they have the potential to be.
Love that.
And they will become that.
Treat people on who they could be. Love people for where they're at. Love that.
Well said.
That is awesome.
Well,
thanks for joining in.
It was an awesome day.
Awesome day.
Glad to summarize it.